Each spring, the biggest earners and leaders in the home business industry gather at an oasis in the desert for a summit that attracts thousands. Newbies, leaders, and veterans alike have left with their businesses and lives transformed. More will gather this spring in search of inspiration, motivation, and the knowledge required to earn their financial freedom. You are cordially invited to attend, and there will be no excuses.
How many of you would like to make a 7-figure annual income in network marketing?
All of you came here to increase your value.
You're in a networking business. You're in the business of networking with other human beings.
The people you're going to meet here are just amazing.
Meeting industry legends like Mike Dillard and Brian Fernally and just a whole host of people.
We have mixers, and after that we'll be hanging out at the bar till like 5 a.m. like we did last night because people just can't get enough.
Network with us, talk to us, pick our brains. There are countless people out there waiting to follow you as soon as you figure out who you are.
You can't do this just for the money. You gotta have your heart in it.
If you're passionate, if you're going somewhere, people are going to grab onto your coattails and they're going to follow you because you're passionate.
You never know where network marketing is going to take you. And had I quit, the lives that would have been affected would be unbelievable.
I sat in that audience, I said, you know what? I'm going to be up on stage next year. I said that. I'm going to be there. And so, dream it. You can do it.
Every single speaker had so much value that was relevant.
One thing that I've always had is a bunch of excuses.
You've got to quit making the excuses and just simply come out, because it is definitely worth your time and the money to be in a place like this.
Now you're in a place of power because you have all the information and all you need to do is make a choice. How many of you are going to reach your goals and live the dream?
I need that person in my life, and that can be you.
All right, you guys, stand up, put your hands together for one of the co-founders of My Lead System Pro, Mr. Norbert Orlewicz.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Wow, this is cool. This is an awesome venue, an incredible event. Ray and Fernie, thank you guys so much for putting this on. Yeah, thank you. Really honored to be here, guys. Very excited. I know you guys are getting a lot of information and content, maybe getting a little bit overwhelmed. See some of those notebooks filling up there with all the notes that you're taking. I've got 25 minutes. That's all I've got because I'm sharing the stage here with my partner, Brian Fernally. Got 25 minutes to fill you guys with a lot of content and information. So I got to talk fast. I got to go fast through this information. All right, so let's get started. I got 25 minutes here, and I want to share a lot of information with you guys. I'm going to focus a lot. I'm going to talk quick. So if you're taking notes, grab your pens and papers and start writing fast because I'm going to go over a lot of information. I usually like to take my time and be really slow with everything, but I got to talk fast. I only have 25 minutes. So what are you going to get in the next 25 minutes? I'm going to focus on internet marketing. I'm going to teach you guys, focus on some things to maximize your online marketing strategies, okay? I'm going to talk about the 5 common elements that all the top producers that are using the internet in the network marketing industry, what 5 elements they have in common. I'm going to tell you guys why not internet marketing, okay? I'm going to tell you why not internet marketing. We're also going to talk about how to eliminate rejection. Who here likes rejection? Anybody? There's one lady right over there that likes rejection. Okay, for all you other guys, we're going to talk about how to eliminate rejection because I personally don't like it, which is why I titled my book Zero Rejection Prospecting. And we're going to talk about the 5 pillars to endless leads and profits online. Oh, and I'm also going to show you guys how you can get over 6 hours of marketing and lead generation training for free here today. Anybody interested in lead generation? Okay, cool. So we got something for you there. Okay, quick background story on me. I wish I could give you guys the whole story, but you'll just have to read it in the book, okay? I've only got 5 minutes, so really quickly. I was born in Warsaw, Poland. My parents, my family, we left Poland. We actually escaped just before martial law was initiated in 1981 during the Solidarity Revolution. So we were actually refugees, lived as refugees in Austria for about a year before we immigrated here to Poland. So when we got here, it was my dad, my mom, two little kids, 4 and 5 years old, another kid in the oven, 2 suitcases. My dad had about $100 in his pocket, didn't know the language, didn't know any people, and that's how we started here in North America. So I learned really quickly about courage. I learned about taking risks. And I learned about how to take risks and how to doing things that other people would say is crazy, doing things where other people would think that you're actually being a little irresponsible. Okay, that's what I learned early on in life. And I'm thankful to my parents for taking those risks because they provided for me and for my brother and my sister opportunities that we wouldn't have had in a communist country. So fast forward, I'm 26 years old, living in British Columbia, Canada, in a little town with my future wife. And we're bouncing around from job to job. We're broke, dead-end jobs. We're in debt. And we find the network marketing industry. Okay? None of us have any education. We don't have any degrees. We don't want a corporate job. And we don't want to go down the traditional career path. We know we want to be entrepreneurs, but we have absolutely no clue about business. We get started in the network marketing profession. And that basically begins my next 5 to 6 years of struggle and failure in this industry. And those were good times. My best month, about $160 in income in 5-6 years of work in the business. And I tell you guys, I did it all. Offline, online, I actually dabbled in internet marketing way back then, had absolutely zero success, did everything that my upline told me. But I had a lot of personal issues, productivity issues like Andrew Cass was talking about, mindset issues, okay, that I had to overcome, and it took me a period of growth that I had to go through, okay? Fast forward to 2007, I'm at the lowest point in my life. I have a sales gig. During the 7 months in 2007, from January to August, I made a total in that sales commission job, a total of $2,000 income in 7 months. Not very good, especially since my wife is on maternity and we just had our first child, okay? We're in a bad position. $100,000 in debt, that doesn't include our mortgage, and we've got about 3 months left of savings before we're dead broke. So what do? We invest $10,000 into our next business opportunity. Is that crazy? Some of you think that's irresponsible with a brand new kid. Perhaps that's what my parents thought. That's what our friends and family thought. But guess what? We joined it because we thought that this one would be different. Anybody ever have that thought? Don't worry, honey, this one will be different. Guess what? It was different. 3 months later in that opportunity, I had my first 5-figure month. In November of 2007, I made $25,000 in 1 month, most I've ever made in a year before that. And that first year, I made $250,000 with that company, okay? Went on, that was just the beginning. I can't get into all the details. Again, you got to read about it in the book. That's just the beginning. I start learning and studying direct response marketing, okay? Very important, direct response marketing, internet marketing, and then I start devouring all of Mike Dillard's stuff, all the attraction marketing material, all of his courses, his books, I got them, I devoured them. Start playing around, making some websites, some sales funnels. Next thing you know, we're creating a little replicated system for our team to use to duplicate our efforts, okay? We start having success. All of a sudden, we're getting contacted by network marketers from other companies that are saying, we want to use this system, we want to use it for our company, we want to build our business with it because it's so powerful, I see what you guys are doing. We realize this huge demand in this industry for marketing training because at that time, there's very little of it, okay? So what we do is we transition the system into a generic platform. We launch MLSP. In our first 12 months with MLSP, we built to several thousand members worldwide. We did $2.2 million in revenue in our first 12 months. We now have thousands of members all around the world. Our members have now generated 1.3 million leads online, and we've paid them about $3 million in affiliate commissions since we started. And that helps to support and fund their network marketing business. That's the main purpose of that money. So the question is, what's our secret? Why have we been able to be successful? And I can give you some basic marketing answers, which is basically, you know, we know our target market, we know how to serve our target market, we give them what they want, and we solve their problems, and that's true. But the real answer is that our focus has always been on developing leaders. And if you guys understand that, you know that every top producer in this industry, every successful company in this industry focuses on developing leadership. And we know that too. That's why that's our focus with MLSP. So you've seen some of these people around online. You've seen some of these individuals with their online presence, offline as well. Some of these people started with absolutely nothing. They got involved in our system without any success in this industry and catapulted themselves to success. Others have started, they've been successful in this industry, but they wanted to diversify their marketing efforts. They wanted to generate leads for themselves and their teams, okay? So the question is, what do these people do? Of all the leaders online, what is the formula? What are the 5 common things that these individuals do? Well, we actually had a really powerful webinar training just a few weeks ago on our free weekly Wednesday webinars that all of you are invited to. One of our leaders, Rob Ford, who's a top producer in his company, he's got an organization of 10,000 people or so. He did a training on the 5 common elements of top producers online. And I can't get into all the details of that training. I recommend that you go into our archives. You can go into our archives. We've got over 200 hours of training, marketing training for network marketers who want to build their business online. Type in Rob Ford, you'll get all his training, and I recommend that you watch that webinar. You can write that down because I'm going to be referencing some trainings that you guys can get your hands on because I just can't get into all the details here in 25 minutes. So really quickly, what are the 5 elements of top online producers? Number 1, you guys are wanting to build an online business, wanting to use the internet to build your network marketing business, pay attention here. Number 1, email autoresponder. We all know this, right? You got to build your database. You got to have an email autoresponder. One word of caution, there's lots of systems out there, ourselves included, who provide an autoresponder as part of our package. Sounds convenient, makes you think, oh, I can save a few bucks. Don't do it. If you're serious about building your business, which I assume every one of you guys here is, otherwise you wouldn't have paid the money and taken the effort to be here, you better have your own autoresponder. Use one of the big companies like Aweber, GetResponse, iContact, those types of companies. You need to have it separate of whatever system or company that you're doing it because that's your asset. You need to own it. You can't be dependent on some third-party company. Plus, those big companies, that's all they do is autoresponders. You're never going to get good deliverability if you're using an autoresponder that's integrated into some system. Okay, so if you want deliverability, you got to go with the best. Aweber, GetResponse, iContact, you guys should know this. Number 2, personal blog. Every one of the top producers has a personal blog. Number 3, each of them has a social media presence. Now, their marketing strategies, they're different levels of social media. Some of them are really heavy into social media, others not as much, but each one of them has a social media presence. Number 4, they have a valuable pre-sale or opt-in offer on their blog or a capture page or on their Facebook fan page. They have a way to capture leads. It has to be valuable. It usually pre-sells on some of the other things that they're going to be selling down the road. And it's an opt-in offer to capture the lead generation information. Now, you can use replicated ones like what we provide our members in the system. A lot of our leaders still use them, but at some point, the majority of our leaders will create their own. Mike Klingler did a great presentation yesterday on value and creating your own sales funnels and opt-in offers. Also, you can create they create original content. You listen to Ray Higdon, he creates a blog post every single day. So the secret here is not daily. It doesn't necessarily have to be daily. It has to be consistent. You want to do one a week, but do it consistent, okay? So consistent content, articles, blogs, that kind of stuff. Okay, here's a warning though. Here's a warning. All of this stuff online, this top producer online formula, the problem with it is, here's the warning, guys, it is not easy. It's not rocket science. I mean, every single one of you guys can do what the leaders are doing. Every one of you can do this stuff, okay? But you have to understand it's not easy. It's also not quick. People come into this industry, they come into our system, they want to generate leads tomorrow, they want to make money by the end of the week. It's not realistic. The internet is not quick, and the internet is not duplicatable. Very important to understand that. So when you're signing new people up in your team, if you're plugging them into MLSP or getting them started online, you're making a big mistake. Okay, you need to follow the proven strategies of network marketing. Do what people have been doing for decades when you get a new person started, because you need to understand internet is not duplicatable. You come to the internet to generate leads once you've finished with your warm market. You've blown through your warm market, now you need to find new prospects, you need new people to talk to. The internet is one of the tools, one of the strategies you can use to generate leads. We did a 2-part webinar series recently called "The Internet is Killing Your Network Marketing Business." Okay? Kind of a funny thing for internet marketers to say, isn't it? But it's true. We did this because we realized that a lot of network marketers are coming online and they're getting confused and overwhelmed. There's a ton of information out there, misinformation, different information, mixed information. Network marketers are coming online, they want to generate leads, and they're getting taken in so many different directions, they don't know what to do, and they do nothing, and their business suffers. So we did this training to address a lot of these issues and also to lay out a 5-step blueprint, a big picture, so that you understand where you are in the process, what you should be focusing on, and what you shouldn't be focusing on. This isn't on the CD that we're going to give you guys, but it is in our training archives, which is available to all of you guys. We've got a great deal on the membership, so you can check it out. If you're new to the internet, if you're thinking about using the internet, or if you've been on the internet and you're not making a ton of money, this is a must-watch webinar. It's a 2-part webinar series that we've got in our back office, and I highly, highly recommend it. Okay, now that I've given you guys the disclaimer about internet marketing and what you guys need to understand about internet marketing, I'm going to talk about the 5 pillars to endless leads and profits online. Okay? I got to blast through this stuff. I wish I had more time to really dig into the details, but that's why we're referencing a lot of this training, so you guys can go home, you can access this training, and you can get all the detailed information. So the first pillar we start off with is value. This is one of my favorite quotes. Jim Rohn is one of my most influential mentors, and this is one of my favorite quotes right here. We get paid for bringing value to the marketplace. Okay? The reason we've been successful is because this has been our founding principle since the beginning, since we launched our system, since we launched the community. It's been, we get paid for bringing value to that marketplace. We understand this. We understand how important this is, and every one of you need to understand that too. So all of your marketing, all of your entire business, the foundation of your business needs to be this idea right here. You want to avoid rejection. You want to avoid frustration. You want to avoid chasing after people. You need to build your value, okay? So what does that mean? Does it mean that you need to pretend to be an expert out there? It's not what it means. It doesn't mean you fake it till you make it. It means you authentically build your value. How do you do that? It's not rocket science. It's actually really easy. The first step is education. You guys are already doing this because you're here, right? So CDs, books, attend events, get on conference calls, listen and learn from the mentors and teachers and leaders in this industry, okay? Education is the first part, okay? Devour everything you can. Become a student. I know a lot of you guys have been in the industry for some time. You guys know a lot. You know, I might have not had any success in the 5 to 6 years that I was in this industry, but I learned a ton about this industry and personal development. Okay? So you need to embrace that value. That's the second thing. You need to build your value, but the most important thing is you need to own your value. I see so many people, you guys know so much, but you guys don't realize how much you know and how valuable that information is. Okay? The big breakthrough for me was when I started generating leads online, and I understood how valuable that was because nobody else knew how to generate leads. So when I spoke with a prospect and they asked me that question, how much money have you made? I said, none. But I'm generating leads, and I can show you how to do it too. If you want to speak with somebody that's making 6 figures in my business, I'll put you on a 3-way with my leader. Sign them up like that. Why? Because I'm honest. I'm not going to bullshit the answer. I'm going to tell them the truth, but I'm also owning my value. I understand what I bring to the table. So you guys need to do that too. If you're investing in your education, now all you need to do is apply it. So you apply what you learn. And you apply what you learn. Everything that you guys have learned here, guys, so much value, so much information. You've got a ton of value. You guys are like a tiny percentage of this entire industry, and you guys are learning stuff the majority of network marketers don't know. Do you know how valuable that is? Very valuable. Own it, go out there and share it. So education plus experience equals value. Very simple formula. Wow, I'm running out of time. Okay, I'm gonna have to skip right through this. Your value will build your brand. It'll build your USP, your unique selling proposition. It'll build your presence. It all starts with value. Okay, I can't get into too many details here. Really quickly on your brand, this really ties into attraction marketing. Your brand, there's 2 elements to your brand. First of all, and we know this one, it must be true to who you are, right? You can't be fake. People will see through that. You got to portray yourself as who you are. You're going to attract those types of people to you. But more importantly than that, and this is where a lot of attraction marketers totally drop the ball online, your brand must instill trust, confidence, and authority. Trust, confidence, and authority in your prospects and website visitors. If you're just out there making fun videos, trying to connect with people on a level of who you are, that's great, but you're never going to build your business because people are looking for leaders. So you must instill trust, confidence, and authority with your brand, with your presence online. Okay, really important. The next pillar, the second pillar, is exposure. What's exposure? Prospecting, marketing, networking, lead generation, traffic. It's finding people to talk to. Okay, that's exposure. And the big question that everyone always has is, how do I get more leads? Is there anybody here that's wondering, how do I get more leads? Yeah. Anybody here? Raise your hands if you want to know how to get more leads. How do I get more leads? Anybody have that question? Okay, quite a few of you have the question of, how do I get more leads? Guys, I'm going to tell you right now, you're asking the wrong question. You're asking the wrong question. You want to know how to get more leads? Have you guys learned any lead generation strategies here today? Over the last couple of days? Any? Okay. You guys are learning lead generation strategies here. Every Wednesday at 9 o'clock Eastern time, we teach lead generation strategies for free to anybody who wants to learn. So guess what? There's no more excuses. I don't want to hear anybody ask the question, how do I generate your leads? How do I generate more leads? That's the wrong question. The right question, change the question a little bit and watch what happens. Change the question and start asking simply, which lead generation strategy should I focus on? Because when you ask the question, how do I do this, you're coming from a place of lack, of overwhelm, of frustration, of not knowing, okay? When you simply switch the question to which marketing strategy should I generate, now you're in a place of power because you have all the information and all you need to do is make a choice, a decision. Choose 1, 2, 3 marketing strategies and then do it. And that's it. Do you see how just changing your question changes your entire presence? Really powerful, okay? The third pillar is relationship, and we all know this, relationship. This is a business based on relationships. People do business with people that they know, like, and trust. We all know this. This is what network marketing is all about. The great thing about the internet, what I love about the internet, is that the internet is a powerful tool to develop and build relationships. The funny thing is, there's a lot of conventional network marketers still in this industry who say and think that you can't build a network marketing business online strictly because you can't build relationships online. These people are still living in the 90s. Do not listen to them because they have not heard of these websites right here, okay? These are all relationship-based websites. Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Skype, all of these allow us to develop and build relationships. Guys, my network, which has grown significantly in the last few years, 80% of my network, of the people that I know, like, and trust me, I have never met. 80% of my network is virtual, okay? That's the future. That's the future, and all of us here are accepting that. There's still a lot of people that don't understand this, but we're at the forefront, and that's really exciting. Okay, the last thing is return on investment. This is one of my favorite topics, one of my favorite areas. I wish I could spend the next 50 or 60 minutes talking about this, but I'd only have 4 minutes and 20 seconds. So, return on investment, really quickly. All I want to get across to you guys is we want to be business owners, okay? I know a lot of network marketing company owners would like us just to be sales reps and just be loyal to one company and promote that one company. Now, don't think I'm telling you to promote different companies, not at all. I do believe in focus, but what I am saying is be a business owner. As a business owner, we always look at return on investment. How can I maximize the efforts that I'm putting into my business? If I'm spending money or time generating leads, connecting with prospects, building my network, I want to maximize the amount of money that I'm bringing in on every single lead that I bring in, on all the effort that I expand. I want to maximize that revenue. That means if I only have one income stream to offer somebody, I'm leaving thousands of dollars on the table. You guys know this. This is the whole concept of the funded proposal, okay? And the return on investment is really critical. Once you have those 5 pillars in place, now you can focus on return on investment and maximizing your profits. So I'm done. My time is up. Guys, I want to thank you so much. I hope you got a little bit of value from what I had to share with you guys. I'm going to bring out my business partner, who we brought into MLSP about 2 or 3 months after we launched it. And you know what? Brian Finale, when I met this guy, we connected right away. He is one of the best marketers that I know, an incredible copywriter. The talent he brings to the table is absolutely second to none. I am honored to have him as a friend and a business partner. I couldn't have asked for a better business partner ever. So with that, I want to bring out my good friend, Mr. Brian Finale. Let's hear it